my year, yeah.
All right, we are live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the morning show here on Stock Market TV. Good morning, chat. We were just talking backstage. Is this the best week of the year? This might be like the best week of the year. I don't mean in terms of like the market. I just mean in terms of like everyone's mood. We're all in a great mood. We got a holiday on Thursday, if you're in America at least. It's a short week, and Friday's a really quiet day for the markets. I mean, we'll be around, but it's a quiet day, and it's the start of the holiday season, and everyone's in a good. I'm in a great mood today, so hope you are as well. Hope you all had a great weekend. Got a great show for you today. Michael Batnick will be on the show at 9:00. Very excited for that. We'll have Jason Purrs on as well, and Kenny Glick will join us. So that's the plan. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Jason Purrs? I meant Sam Gatlin. My bad, Sam. Sam's on today. Jason's on next week. So Sam, Michael, Kenny, that's the plan. Smash the like. Here we go. Roll my intro, please. Let's start the show. There we go.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh, you know.
We're here.
Oh, no, I'm just fixing my audio settings. Very, very exciting. Miami Hurricanes winning, looking good. Dolphins smoking the Patriots, looking good, feeling good. Favorite holiday of the year, by the way. Thanksgiving. I have a lot to be thankful for.
Well, Spencer and I just decided before you got on that this is the best market week ever.
No, I didn't say market week. I just mean the best week of the calendar. That's what
It's
I
the best week ever.
Yeah,
well, there's always a market when there's a calendar. So it's market week too.
Okay.
Best week ever.
Thanksgiving, football, good food, family and friends.
Weather,
you don't have to buy anybody any presents.
Weather is nice, not freezing.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but you know, Thanksgiving, fantastic. Oh, what a time! What a time to be alive. Stock market's at all-time highs. People aren't believing it. Mr. Strazza.
Who's not believing it?
There are people who can't believe it. We had a Dow Theory confirmation for those who partake last week. New all-time highs in the Dow Jones Transportation Average and the Dow Jones Industrial Average in the same week. Mr. Strazza, how do you feel about that?
What do you think I'm going to say to this?
Okay, boomer. Nobody gives a shit about your Dow transports. How close am I?
No. I'm just going to say
this is one of those okay boomer moments, and I'm okay with that. I'm old school, bro. Dude, I was flipping transports when you were in diapers, son. You understand me?
Well, they had transports when I was in diapers, but the modern way to do Dow Theory analysis and look for confirmation, isn't it to use semiconductors?
That's an interesting theory.
No, we know a lot of smart people who use semiconductors now.
Yeah, one Charles Henry Dow, when he came up with these semiconductors that you speak of, they did not exist yet. You see,
they did not. No,
they did not.
So there's old Dow Theory, right, which is using the transports to confirm something like the Dow Jones Industrial, and then there's new Dow Theory where I think we should really be worrying about the S&P 500 and probably using something more like semiconductors.
Listen, you're welcome to worry about all the things that you want to worry about. I am telling you for a fact that a 140-year-old system that has been very reliable for many, many decades, over a century, in fact, is confirming that, yes, in fact, this is a bull market, in case you were wondering, and potentially is just getting started.
Were you wondering?
Always.
Yeah.
To be clear, always.
Yeah.
We know it's a bull market. The bull market could end today. I don't know. I don't have information from the future, Mr. Strazza.
I don't know. I feel pretty good about it not ending today. But
I feel pretty good about it not ending today. But not the point. Not the point. We're open to it. I'm open to it. It could end today. I don't know. I got Dow futures. Dude, so I was with civilians last night, and futures were opening up, and I was like, oh shit, it's 6:05. Let's see what the market's doing. And then I go to my daughter. I was like, hey, is the market green or is it red? Because I ask her every Sunday at 6:00 going back years. She goes, red. And I'm like, and she goes, no. Definitely green. I'm like, okay, let's see. So I pull it up, and then the entire screen was like bright green. Dow futures up 200 at the open. Russell 2000 up a stick. And I'm like, what does this look like to you? A lot of green, Daddy. A lot of green.
and it's more than that, because you could do the same thing, do the same exact exercise. Hey, are we red and green in the crypto market? It's just a sea of green. Talk about broadening participation in the cryptos. I mean, JC, I'm charting coins I haven't thought of in 6 years out here.
No, you notice the H bar is back. Some of these names, like I remember like Saturday morning walks, like years ago, like texting Strazza. I'm like, you ever heard of this one? And then, those names are coming back. My Axie Infinity that I've been staking for like 4 years is just going parabolic.
I was looking at the Axie.
I haven't looked because I have like this like staking pool in Axie Infinity that I haven't looked at in a minute. Like, I'm pretty sure I got 6 figures in this goddamn thing, and I got so many coins.
We're at that point in the cycle where I have very immaterial positions in some of these shit coins, and then like a week or two will go by and I'm like, oh, this is material now, because these things go up like 300, 400%. You don't even notice them.
I have assets. I need to go on chain and find all my assets. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in funny money land that I need to organize.
I told you I found like 1,500 a Bitcoin that I totally didn't know, stumbled upon it. That's going to happen again. I have
this sort of thing does not happen in bear markets. Strazza.
Yeah, that's right. You don't track your old accounts down in bear markets. I had some like stray Gemini account from back in the day that I remember owning way too much sand in. So now I want to see it, see what's going on there, because
CryptoPunks are up almost 4x in the last month.
Yeah. And so, okay, I got a good one. So I'm at the barbershop and I'm always very quiet. These guys really don't know what I do. We talk about Trump and Miami sports usually. But I'm just kind of there. Like
Sounds like Florida.
Yeah, I'm just kind of there. Yeah, it's very Florida. A lot of pickup trucks. A lot of Cubans there.
They got those there.
Yeah, a lot of them. So I'm just listening. I think it's always great information. I came and I left. The conversation did not leave Cardano and Doge.
Whoa.
Wow. But here's the situation. I got the deets though. They're from the old cycle. They've tucked them away, forgotten about the apps for 3 or 4 years, right? And these are the coins they bought the last cycle. So they're just looking at their accounts, seeing it go back up again, getting excited and buying more. What they weren't talking about and didn't know anything about was the Bonk or the Floki or the Pepe or any of the new stuff. So could this have like something to do with the resurgence of these old cycle coins, that old investors who wrote crypto off, pulling back up old accounts saying, oh, wow, Cardano's up a ton. Let's buy more. I don't know.
Did you see the text message I sent you last night? How Floki's sponsoring Miami Hurricane Sports? What is that all about?
Why Floki? Is that random? Is there any like good reason for like why Floki though?
I mean, I don't have any idea why. But it is funny though.
So shout out University of Miami, really, really crypto forward university.
Well, it's kind of where they are in the geography of the Earthling landscape. Mr. Spencer, can we just get to markets, please?
Yeah. This week I heard, speaking of sentiment, I heard from a friend that I didn't even know was into crypto that the U.S. government is investing in XRP. He says, definitely not true, but that's what he told me.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Dow futures up 350 points, as if this bull market hadn't given us enough. Another 350 to the upside. That's about 0.75%. S&P 500 futures up close to 2/3%. 6,022, up another 35 handles this morning. NASDAQ 100 futures up close to 2/3%, pushing 21,000, up another 120 handles this morning. 30-year bond futures up a full percent this morning, ladies and gentlemen. This just in, bonds are not down. How about that? Pushing 118 to the upside. Crude oil down 0.5%. $71 for crude oil. Copper futures up 0.75%, 412. Gold up 1% at just under 2,700. Silver up, down 1.5%, just under 31, with the volatility index just shy of 15. Over in funny money land, we've got Bitcoin just under 98,000, flat on the day. Ethereum just under 3,500, up 3.5% on the day. It's 120 points to the upside. Solana down 1% and change, 250. Binance, very impressive. Something you don't hear every day. Just under 660, flat on the day. Total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, 3.28 trillion, pushing 3.3 trillion. How about that? Hit 3.3 trillion over the weekend. And Bitcoin dominance with that resurgence in Ethereum is actually down and making new 1 month lows.
You like to see it.
59.
You like to see it.
Do you?
Sure.
Why? You own Ethereum?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
I just unstaked all of it.
Yeah, I don't, the only way to make sure that you own the best stocks is to buy the best stocks. Same thing in crypto, and Ethereum just hasn't been that.
No, it's true.
All right, let's talk about something important. Before we get there, anything that stands out from the futures other than the bond market not going down?
I heard you talking about the best stocks. I just have a quick message about the best stocks.
Strazza's like, oh, did somebody say best stocks?
I heard best stocks. So we're officially at that part in the cycle where the worst stocks become the best stocks for a while.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? It happens every time. No one's ever ready for it. But all the junky stuff is where you want to be.
Regional banks, new highs. S&P small cap 600, new all-time highs. Transports. Can we please, Mr. Spencer Israel, slide 4, please, if you will, my good man.
Oh.
Ho, ho, ho. Let me tell you something about a one Charles Henry Dow, journalist from Springfield, Massachusetts. He was trying to just write his articles about the economy and business, and he would be going around Springfield, Mass, knocking on doors, and they would say, sir, our business is none of your business. And he was having a hard time writing about the market and the economy. So he decided to put together an index of the companies that make the goods and an index of the companies that deliver those goods. And when both of them are moving together in the same direction, that is evidence of a strong and healthy market environment. When they're going down together, that is evidence of a weak market environment. And when one is going up and the other one is not, potentially things could be changing. So as it turns out, both of them are mathematically, by definition, going up. And a one Charles Henry Dow would be telling you right now that this is a bull market. It's not a secret. We've been telling you this for, 2.5 years already. But Charlie, if he was around, he would agree. When people ask me, JC, if you can have dinner with like 3 dead guys, like who would it be? Charlie Dow, Leonardo Fibonacci, and Babe Ruth.
Oh, wait, who was the third guy? Sorry? Babe Ruth?
A George Herman Ruth.
Okay, sorry. Fibonacci.
Sultan of Swat, the Colossus of Clout.
Okay, Fibonacci, Charles Dow, Babe Ruth. Got it.
Oh, I thought you said the great Bambi.
That's right.
That wimpy deer?
Yeah. Right.
Can we talk about another thing? This one. Remember that volatility spike that we saw in early August, Mr. Spencer Israel?
Do I remember? Yes, I remember.
Oh, wow. This is what we say, wowzers. The airlines index is up 45% since then. Absolutely smashing anything else. Poor choice of words there. I remember this summer, like talking to a lot of people, Strazza, yourself, friends. I'm like, can you guys imagine a world? Do you know anybody who can imagine a world where airlines are not going down?
Yeah, I thought the airlines were uninvestable.
That's what I was promised. And here's the world where airline stocks not only are not going down, they are going up faster than anything else. I haven't done the math, but I would venture to say that airlines are the strongest industry group since then. And if they're not, I'm curious to see what is. So Fonz, if you're listening out there in YouTube land, if you guys can run that scan, industry groups in the S&P 500 going back to August 5th, and tell me that airlines are not at the top. Maybe they're not. Maybe there's something else. But they got to be close. They got to be close. Without looking, because I have not run the scan. Any other sectors? Strazza, if you're done eating your croqueta, if you could chime in here. I doubt you've looked. Any sectors you think have outperformed since August the 5th?
Yeah.
You talking to me? You talking about me?
Am I talking about you? No, I know for a fact you haven't looked. But
Since August 5th? No, I have not. Since August 5th, no. I don't know.
Coal and aluminum, airlines.
You're looking. Oh, you're literally looking right now.
Independent power. So some of these strange utilities are dragging up this utilities index. I wouldn't really count that, but technically better return than airlines.
Hold on. This is since August the 5th.
Yeah, and then broadcasting TV, but that's another one of those weird groups, probably being dragged up by, I don't even know.
Those weird groups.
Yeah, well, you have really thin industry groups, right? Where it's like, yeah, okay, so one stock was up 100% and it's dragging up the whole performance. And then, yeah, man, airlines top 2 from what I'm seeing. Capital markets doing great too, and that's a lot of Bitcoin mining. Crypto stocks would be number 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say crypto probably would have been.
Yeah, but that's not an industry group.
It's not an industry group, Spencer.
Yeah,
Come on, Spencer. They're just. It's just a Ponzi scheme.
Right.
Are you surprised, Strazza, that it's tripled the performance of the major indexes, or is that kind of what you figured?
Airlines?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what did I just say? We're at that part of the cycle where the worst stocks are the best stocks.
And to your point, it's hard to find a worse group of stocks than airlines. You got fucking Delta making all-time highs. Are you kidding me?
This is great. Look at the cruise lines. I mean, this is just what's going on.
Hans is chiming in. At first glance, Jets and ARC are on top. ARC is not an industry group either.
Look at the Royal Caribbean. Who said that? No,
Hans.
No, ARC's not.
Hans is in the Spencer Israel School of Industry Groups here. Just making industry groups up.
We have a thematic list too, right? So that's interesting to look at because there's stuff like digital payments, space and exploration stocks, like these really niche themes that are absolutely crushing it out here in this market right now. So that's a lot of fun. I would also just say, look at Teladoc if you need an example. For kind of what I'm talking about here every day, day in and day out. When I come here and say you got to buy the junkiest stocks, like this is one that I'm excited about being long here today. How can you not own setups like this?
This thing's doubled since since that volatility spike.
So these are the stocks that you own right now. This is just
so wait. So what else? We had that volatility spike. We had like the Bank of Japan, or that was the Bank of Japan, or that was different.
Who was the Bank of Japan?
The
Japan still has banks.
The unwinding of the yen carry trade. That was a different event, right? That was also in the summer, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm told that was just the appetizer. The real one is coming any minute now. Any minute, the real one is coming. We have to fight uptrends because the real yen carry unwind is coming.
That was just the appetizer.
These people are mentally like sick in the head, and I just want to bring up the fact that these people are ill. And, it's not like, we don't have to like pick on them or anything like that. Like they have mental problems. But for us, selfishly, there's money to be made there because these sick fucks have huge followings and these poor people are just following them into their death spirals. And there's opportunity there. There's Darwinistic arbitrage. I think that's a phrase I made up over the weekend. You like that?
You always get so dark when you talk
Darwinian arbitrage. How would any English majors out there, Spencer? Weren't you an English major, bro?
I was not, but I might call this
Darwinian would be the right
financial word. Darwinism, Jason.
No, I don't like that. Darwinian arbitrage. Does that make sense? Darwinian arbitrage.
No, there is social Darwinism.
Yeah,
and there is financial Darwinism.
That's right.
Economic Darwinism.
Fine. You want to get semantic about economic Darwinism? Happy?
All right.
I just made that up.
Throw up the T, Doc. It doesn't have to be so personal when you make money in the stock market. You just like press buttons and not imagine that there's somebody on the other side losing money.
That's right. Like, but it's nice to know that there is.
Is it for you? That makes you feel good, warm and fuzzy inside?
The more, well, people say that you shouldn't kick someone when they're down, but just we know for a fact that's actually the best time to kick them when they're already down. So yeah, I'm good with that.
This is one of your worst takes.
How is that one of my worst takes? Our job as investors and market participants is to find where there's vulnerabilities in the market with a mispositioning. And those are the best opportunities in the market. You're going to fight me on that?
You like the teledoc?
Oh, what about the poor short sellers and their families? Oh, are we going to feel bad that their families are going to lose money because they're short the teledoc? Oh,
No,
we're gonna cry about it?
nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that.
You should have kicked this one while it was down.
I was kicking other things.
Yeah.
I hear you though.
So it's all working. Literally the worst stocks in the market. It's all working. Great time to be alive.
Yeah, I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday who works for a company with a very, very beaten down stock, but it's been working. I was like, dude, have you looked in the last few weeks? It's been on fire.
Yep.
So, this is that time.
And I'm watching the Virgin. I'm watching the Virgin Rixta. I see what you say. I like it.
This pumped up fun is, it's getting weird. It's getting weird, Dawson.
Where's the roaring kitty?
Have you been seeing what's going on in the pumped up fun?
Come on.
Dude, it's really bad. Like, it's so bad, I don't even want to talk about it. That's how bad it is over there.
What, just fraud?
No.
What is it? I don't know what pumped up fun is.
I'm not gonna get into it. It's that bad.
Below my line.
Pumped Up Fund is launching 3,000 tokens a day. We have friends that are investors, and and it is one of the fastest growing companies of all time. And I think they're about to get banned in America because it is what's happening. I'm not gonna. Everybody can go do their own homework. It is crazy.
People are going.
Well, if you're saying it's bad, I believe you, because
if I'm saying that it's too much for us to talk about in the morning show. It's bad.
I believe you.
Yes. Okay, let's bring in we have Kenny Glick in the house, or we're going straight to Batnick?
Know. I don't know where Kenny's at this morning.
Bring in Batnick. Bring him in.
Right now?
Yeah, bring him in. He's ready. Let's go.
All right.
Batnick.
We got Mike.
Yo, Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
This is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Oh, Mr. Michael Batnick in the house.
What's up, fellers?
Hey, buddy.
Let's get right into it. Everybody knows who Michael Batnick is. We don't need the pleasantries. Let's get right into it.
Wait. Whoa. 1 second.
Slide 9.
Strazza.
What's up?
I was looking for the Fibonacci's my homeboy shirt.
Yeah.
For the show. I couldn't find it. I found this piece of shit. This is the last time I will wear this shirt. It's going in the toilet.
Oh my God.
What is that?
It's Danny Dimes.
Did you see what happened, JC?
Ooh.
So now we get to watch Tommy Salami come in here and ruin our draft pick.
All right, slide 9. Let's go.
Are we talking about the New York Giants? Oh,
that's it. Slide 9. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We're gonna start here. Okay.
We're gonna start here.
Mr. Michael Batnick. So this
it's a coincidence.
So this is let me just explain to the folks at home. This is a ratio between technology and the S&P 500. Two very important things that I don't know if you heard. And look at the underperformance after the dot-com bubble crash in March of 2000. It took almost 25 years to get back here. And then if you go to the next slide, here is what technology on a relative basis has done since we got there. Just stopped going up. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Go to the next slide quick, Spencer. This is what technology in general has done this year. As soon as it got to those highs from 24 years ago, it stopped going up. And small cap technology has been underperforming for 18 months, making new 3-year lows. Mr. Batnick, do you believe in your heart, not breaking balls, do you believe in your heart that is just a coincidence?
100%.
Wow.
Can I tell you why?
Please.
Listen, I respect technical analysis. I respect supply and demand. I respect UJC immensely. However, I think the idea of like, oh, we hit a previous high is, oh, people getting back to even. Nobody's fucking holding this for 25 years, dude, number one. And number two, the components are so different. XLK today looks nothing like XLK at the peak. Or
You know what I got to tell you, Batnick?
Even 3 years ago, the constituents are way different.
I got to tell you, you've been hanging around Barry Ritholtz a lot. You know, like you're sounding like him. You're starting to look like him.
Maybe he's sounding like me.
You know, this has been the Barry Ritholtz argument as long as I've known Barry.
All right, well, he's not a dummy then.
Nobody said he was, but the two of you are completely full of shit. Can you go to the next slide, Spencer, please?
Let's talk less about the principles of technical analysis and more about like what does this theme really mean? Because tech is so big and diverse that some of these ratio charts look very different from others. For example, JC, you just showed small cap tech, been a dog, underperforming all year. There's really nothing there from a leadership perspective. But look at the ARC stocks. Look at the speculative growth stocks. I just pulled up a ratio chart of software. Looks fantastic. It's actually been showing a ton of relative strength recently. So tech is like not something I think you can just have a conversation as basket as one thing. It's wedge tech stocks. I think there are tech stocks right now that you really want to be in. Maybe they're not the ones people are used to.
Software.
Software. I'm in some. Can I ask you guys a question? I know this is your show, but I just bought a stock last week that I had been eyeing for the past couple of months. I bought it like a chump. I sold it because I got tired. Let's see. I'll tell you what the stock is in a sec. I bought it in like September and I sold it right before the recent breakout because I just got tired of waiting in a bull market and this piece of shit wasn't working. The stock is Zoom. All right. So I've been watching Zoom for a while. It stopped going down. I bought it. I took a chance, but it was a bull market. I don't wait for bull markets. Okay. If something's not working, I bail. Yeah. I bailed too early, such is life. I got back in, it pulled back. It just got bought back really aggressively. Yeah. So I bought it, but the problem is it's got earnings this week. So what do you guys do in a situation like this where you love the setup, but it's a stock that sucks, probably doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt? So I'll tell you what I did. I'd love to hear your opinion. I put on like a half to 2/3 of a position.
Did you buy this little corrective move like last week? You bought that dip?
I bought it on Wednesday, I think.
Rocketing back.
Yeah, I bought it on the snapback.
So this is an awesome question. We've been doing a ton of work on this lately. We're trying to look at the earnings trends for these companies, right? Because in bull markets, at least, if the path of least resistance is higher for some of these names, the reactions to events like earnings reports tend to occur in the direction of the underlying trend. So something like Zoom, you say this is still kind of sideways. What is the underlying trend? If you just look at last quarter, nothing really changed from an earnings perspective. I guess it was a pretty solid beat, but I mean, revenue, not much. It wasn't. It was a pretty standard beat. And look at what they did to the stock following it. Up 13%. It kept kind of running from there. So there's, I think, a big shift in sentiment in a lot of these speculative growth stocks where they're actually being rewarded for reports that weren't very different from the reports that they were being punished for not long ago. Peloton's another example of one that just absolutely crushed earnings back in August. And then you saw another beat and rip here late October. So these ARChy stocks are starting to see some really positive reactions. So I would feel a lot better holding a company like Zoom through earnings right now than I would last year or the year before.
JC?
Slide 12, please, Spencer Israel. So we're talking about different components and different indexes and how that changes. No, that's not slide 12. That is now slide 15. Hold on. You're stealing my thunder, Spencer.
What? Why are we talking about Japan?
Stop. We're not talking about Japan. We're talking about financials.
Technicals.
We don't have bull markets without financials. So this is 2007. And then 11 years later, we finally get back to those former levels. Batnick, the components in 2007 versus 2018, vastly different to the point where most of the names that were in there in 2007 no longer exist. Do I have that right?
You do.
Next slide.
Do we have to do polarity 101 every time we talk to Michael?
Again, just a coincidence? Hold on. And then we broke out and then show them what happened. Then we broke out and then show them what happened. Ready? Go, Spencer. Give it to them. So resistance, breakout, turns into support, then it rips. All a coincidence, Batnick?
This is compelling.
Now show them Japan. Going back 35 years. How come Japan just stopped going up when it got to those 1989 highs? It just stopped randomly.
I can't explain it.
All
right. Listen, I'm not a random walk guy. I believe. I just
feel
don't
like
believe
you and Barry Ritholtz are walking down Park Avenue holding hands,
stop
randomly
fucking
walking.
looping Barry. Barry has nothing to do with this. You're talking to me.
Barry Ritholtz catching strays today.
Listen, some things can't be explained. And to that person, I did read Mandelbrot.
Okay. So sorry, we had to go there because I'm fascinated by this just like you, and I questioned the authenticity of this just like you, but the market has spoken. And
Okay, listen, I defer to the market. Okay,
Agreed.
Yeah, the market has spoken.
Hold on,
right.
Mike. You are finding yourself right now, personally buying some of the junkier names. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I bought Square last week.
And Square really is still one of the speculative names.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the higher quality ones, but Square, PayPal, they fall into that basket.
JB giving Strazza shout outs on television.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Hey, how about this? Let me tell you the stocks that I own in my portfolio.
Yeah,
let's trading stocks.
Let's play this game.
And not all these are trading. Some of these are
Am I
longer term holds.
diversified?
And you could tell me what you think. So this is my IRA, okay? So whatever. All right, so here we go. I've got 13 stocks, and this is an order. I added to Disney last week, so Disney is now my largest stock. Holy shit, how'd that happen?
Wow.
All right, so here we go. In order of largest to smallest, and there's a decent spread. My largest is 9%, and my smallest is 5%. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Disney, Sherwin-Williams, Starbucks, Google, S&P, IMAX, Amazon, Blackstone, Blue Owl, Home Depot, ICE, Square, and Zoom.
What? Okay, Blue Owl. That's random.
You don't have the Bitcoin. You don't have the Bitcoin ETF in your IRA.
I own Bitcoin in my Robinhood account. Don't ask.
Why do you have SPY though?
Because he loves paying taxes.
SPY?
Yeah. Did you say SPY?
No, I said SPGI, S&P Global.
Oh,
S&P
okay.
S&P Global.
Why Blue Owl? So I'm super bullish on the private credit, like getting bigger, taking market share from banks, and
love that.
Blue Owl is a big player there. They're a big player in like something called GP staking. It's a good business model. They're dominating, and the chart looks good. So
this is great because I'm in the Hercules. That's been like my private credit vehicle, and doesn't look so good.
Hercules.
HTGC. So maybe I need to get into this.
Dude, stop fucking around to just own Blackstone.
Yeah, I agree. I own
Blackstone just buy Jersey Mike's. Is that what happened?
One of their funds. Yeah.
I've never been to a
great
Jersey
job about it.
Mike's.
A lot of good memes.
I'm a big Jimmy John's guy.
Jimmy
We don't have that here on the East Coast, but I love Jimmy John's.
Really?
Oh, is that a West Coast thing?
Yeah.
I
I don't think it's West Coast per se, but not a lot of the East Coast. Anyway, any thoughts? I've got the financials in there.
I know. I like your Disney. I'm going to Disney in 2 weeks, bro, with the family. I swear to God, I'm down 15 grand. I haven't even left yet. I haven't even gotten there. I'm down 15 grand. Are you
Strazza, let's talk IMAX. Strazza, I asked you last week. I'm like, listen, I don't want to be the annoying guy that fucking texts you guys like stock tips. Like I know you're in there all day long, but IMAX looks pretty good.
Dude, this chart's fantastic. I hadn't seen it because I obviously I'm not just like pulling up charts of IMAX, regularly on the Tuesday. But we were in Cinemark earlier this year, CNK, which I believe does movie theater things.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie,
we're back.
We're in the AMC and the GameStop right now. So I mean, IMAX makes sense. Now, can I ask you,
dude? Hold on. My fundamental analysis on IMAX. I'm taking my daughter on Friday to go see Moana 2. And I bought the tickets ahead. I haven't been in the movie theater in I couldn't tell you. $77 for two people, some popcorn, and some bunch of
I am unironically super bullish on IMAX on the fundamentals. Well, the chart obviously looks great, but IMAX had 1% of all screen showing for Oppenheimer, and it did 25% of the revenue, something like that. It is
wow.
Movies are now an experience because we don't go as much. So if you do, you want to make it special, and IMAX is killing it.
So,
do you
Michael,
take booze into the movie theater?
I prefer edibles. I don't want to be in the bathroom.
Yeah. Do you go to? Makes you pee. Do you go to an IMAX theater near you, and where would that be?
Yeah, there's a few around here, but for the spectacle, I go to the one in Lincoln Center in the city.
Okay.
That's the giant one.
I don't even know where there would be one in Connecticut. I think they have one at the aquarium in Norwalk, but they're not everywhere, are they?
No.
I got two right next to that, across the street from that hotel that you stayed at. Remember, went to the steakhouse. It's in that little center there.
Mike, it's breaking out of this high and tight flag, right here today. This looks great. Are you biased though? Because Michael Batnick is a huge movie buff, loves movies, loves going to the movies, and now you're long IMAX. Is there something there?
Yeah, sure. But yeah. I saw the story, I follow the earnings, and the business is doing really, really well, and the chart looks awesome. So that's it.
So when you talk to clients or the people that you work with throughout the day, are people like picking up on this junkie stock theme yet? Like it certainly feels like the animal spirits, shout out animal spirits, best show in finance. The animal spirits are just running wild out here. It feels like 2020 again. Like, are you getting that vibe from when you talk to people?
I wouldn't know. This is so far afield from like what we do on a day-to-day basis. Like helping people hit their financial goals has nothing to do with junkie stocks or not. You know what I mean?
Even the conversations that you're having on the shows you do and stuff like that kind of more risk on, more offense.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when I talk to Ben, we talk about like what's not working right now. If you have something that's not working right now, it's a dog and you probably shouldn't own it.
Oh, it's got to go. Yeah. There's no time for positions that aren't working to the upside in this market. Too many things are working. That kind of opportunity cost is just a big no. So we've been running some of these speculative growth stocks, looking through the ARK stuff, and like buying these space and exploration names.
Give me an example.
Have you heard of like the Lunar or the ASTS? Do we have those charts fonts? I'd love to throw up like the Rocket Labs. Like these are the names that are coming across my desk. I told a friend the other day, I'm like, I'm buying the Space Mobile. And he laughed at me. I think he either thought it was like a cryptocurrency or that I was joking, but like these stocks are named like hilarious things. Space Mobile, Rocket Labs, Lunar.
What's Rocket Labs ticker?
RKLB. Can you throw up these charts fonts? Let's just run through some of these.
Oh my God. Are you seriously buying this?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know why? That's because you're a professional. I'm a chump. I can't buy something like this.
I mean, this trade's more or less over at this point.
Yeah, okay.
Throw up the ASTS. That one looks a lot spicier here. ASTS. This one
looks good. Yeah.
This thing could go. You got the little falling wedge against the prior cycle highs. Its peers have already been going.
You know what? I have a question for you. Like there's no right answer, so maybe there's a dumbass question, but like putting stops in. So when you put on a trade, obviously you know what you're getting out.
Yeah.
Where would you put a stop in something like this?
It depends how much money I would be willing to lose, right? If you want to keep it tight and not lose 10%, because you're probably going to lose 10, 15% just to the lower bounds of this coil because it's such a volatile stock, you could use the prior cycle highs. However, in a bull market, I don't want to do something like that. And let me explain why. I can get stopped out of this trade, say, if it drops below, call the prior cycle highs 24.25, right? It'll still be in this coil. The falling wedge pattern will still be valid, right? But I'll be stopping myself out when really, why would I do that? Because the trade hasn't triggered. It hasn't triggered an entry to the upside, and it hasn't really stopped you out by breaking this little short-term pattern.
So would you just wait for the breakout?
Yeah. So I would use the lower bounds of the coil as a stop, and I would want to enter on the upper bounds of the coil. However, what usually is going to happen, I'm already in it because it false started, tried to go through the top like last week. So I'm in half a position and I'll stay in as long as it holds the lower bounds. And then I'll finish the position if and when it goes again.
There you go. What's this volatility squeeze indicator?
Dude, this is so simple. Our marketing folks love us to use like these sexy names for indicators. This is the Bollinger Bandwidth 20 period, 2 standard deviations. And then I put a little funky moving average crossover system on it.
So what's good? What's bad?
So for volatility, it's mean reverting, unlike price, which trend, right? So volatility will go from a very compressed state to a state where it's expanding. And when this indicator is at the lower bounds of its range, it tells us that volatility is coming. It doesn't tell us what direction that volatility is coming in, right? So we see the volatility compressed like it is here, shown with the little green arc, and we say, big move coming. Then we have to look to the price chart to try and figure out, is that move going to come in the form of upside momentum or downside momentum?
Got it.
So that's really all it's telling us. Something gets really tight and coiled, this indicator will start popping because it'll be at an extreme low. We'll look for it to cross up and start moving higher. So, but I think, stocks like GameStop right now, they're so coiled. These meme stocks, they look crazy. They're just like one roaring kitty tweet away.
Hold on. So this is a good topic because it brings back the age-old question of, do you stick with the leaders or do you dive into the garbage or do you do both?
Yeah,
right?
Why either or?
All the time.
Yeah, you could do both.
It's like when you ask, should I eat steak or sushi? And then we say, we got to eat both.
I mean, I just told you my portfolio. I got a lot of different shit in there, and Square and Zoom, like those are my 2 smallest positions.
I think you are very diversified, Michael.
Thank you.
Those holdings that you called out.
Michael, what are you doing internationally?
Nothing in my personal portfolio.
Why would you right now?
But like for my long-term diversified portfolio, like I believe in global markets, and right now they suck shit. So what else is there to say?
No, not hero trading China here.
Not for me.
You're not hero trading China? I think.
What do you like?
Uh,
Nah, it's tough out there.
Oh, there's nothing
Tough out
here.
there.
Come on.
nothing.
I don't know. Tell me something. What are we looking at?
Best looking
Well,
in China.
think about it like this: Trump wins by a landslide. You'd think it's bad for China. China hasn't.
But that's what they want you to think.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Exactly. See,
I
Batnick, you're
know,
starting to
but
get it.
but
You get
things are so bad. It's good. I don't know, man. JC, everything's working right now. Okay, like I feel like now is the time to like make money and not buy shit. I don't know. What could change?
Zoom
that's
is-
right. It's
but-
money making time.
It's
Right?
money making time.
Zoom is shit still, Michael. It's just good shit right now.
It's
I
good
think.
shit. It's
Yeah.
good shit.
All right. So,
So
what do you got?
nothing internationally. German DAX all-time highs. What about when you look at something like Israel? Look at something like the Tel Aviv 125 index making new all-time highs.
Dude, the last time
One would think that it would not be doing that, right?
the last time I traded individual international and country ETFs, actually I've messed around with China a few times, was with you in 2012. Ticker EGPT.
Oh my God.
Delisted.
Goes.
Delisted.
Egypt got delisted?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's
It's
gone.
I had a pyramid strategy with that one.
Peru.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That had to be one of the most illiquid country ETFs I've ever seen.
Yeah, Egypt is just, I can't believe it got delisted.
JC owned 95% of the float.
Yeah, I was all the volume in the Egypt ETF. Back in the day, I was managing more of like an internationally focused fund at the time. And depending on what we were trading, that's would be what we would order for lunch. Because we were like in Midtown Manhattan. So we'd be ordering Vietnamese, we'd be getting some Italian food, you know?
You know, we always look at these fund launches, but really it's fund closings more than anything. And there's almost always like a good sentiment read there. They shut these things down at the worst time. And think of the international conversation that we're having right now. My whole career, we've had this shit index that we could look at. It's like the micro caps of the globe, frontier markets. And now they're taking it from us. Right as, you know, frontier markets and emerging markets have underperformed the United States for
delisting frontier
15
markets?
years. They're taking away that ETF. So I didn't find that alone.
Wait, iShares is?
FM is gone, I'm pretty sure. That's being delisted from what I've been told.
Wow.
I think to me, the poster child of delistings was KOL.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So Michael's talking about they took away coal, the coal ETF, ticker symbol KOL, right at the 2020 lows. Like it was in the summer of 2020. Coal stocks bottom in
And
November
the shippers
2020.
and the shipping ETF.
And they were the top performing stocks that cycle.
Yeah.
What else are you guys excited about?
I'm excited about slide 2.
Uranium.
The real star of this show is slide 2. That's what people like to say around
I'm
here.
excited about the bonk.
Hold on. Before we get to the bonk, let's
Oh, there
start.
we go.
Let's start with the quality.
Okay. Yeah.
So we just broke out of a multi-year base. All of that resistance at the exact same level was just probably just a coincidence. But let's just say it wasn't, and then we broke out of this base and are now pushing $100,000. As somebody who has no idea what's going to happen next, both you and me, we're both in that category. How are you thinking about this? Like, is it like 100 on the way to 300, or like 100 now mission accomplished? Like, how do you think about this?
Yeah, nobody. Okay, so obviously nobody knows. So my guess would be that a lot of people, you know what? I don't want to say what a lot of people think. I don't know what a lot of people think. Here's what I think. I think that once the wall of sellers gets, once we get through the wall of sellers at 100, because there's a lot of sellers there, obviously, and we're chopping through them. My best guess is it runs straight to 110.
Yeah, that $100 roll, 110, 115. That
Yeah,
was always kind of my base case.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make believe that I think a lot of people are expecting it to pull back once it crosses through 100. I think it just runs.
180, 200 or no?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I've got a sell order in at 110. So that's where my money is.
And then what about down the cap scale? Are you in peanut the squirrel, or
I don't mess around with that. I own ETH and Bitcoin, and that's it.
really? Well, how come?
That's because that's what I've done, and I haven't done the work to own anything else. Let's put it that way. That's like the simple answer.
Oh, because doing the work is going to give you
I don't know. What do you want me to say? I haven't spent time. That's all.
I'm surprised. You strike me as kind of like a Floki, kind of Pepe the Frog kind of cat,
You know, it's funny. Like in some ways, I'm risk seeking, and in other ways, I'm risk averse. Like I have no problem losing a boatload of money on football, like I did yesterday. Thank you, Titans, you MFers. But like with stupid like meme coins, like I don't know. I've just been there. Lesson learned. I've done it so many times. I don't mess around with that. Plus, I have a what I think is a lot of money in Bitcoin and ETH. I don't need to mess around with the altcoins.
Michael, are you bullish DraftKings? I know you're a user.
I use FanDuel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have a stock too that looks really good. What is that one?
No, they don't.
Flutter?
They're not listed.
Yeah, FLUT.
Yeah, they are. They're in Australia.
They are?
Check
Oh,
that
I
thing
wouldn't
out.
know.
Sweet base. Not the most liquid, but not bad. No, it's
So, FLUT, is that it? Flutter Entertainment?
yeah.
So
That's
here's what I'm thinking about betting in America.
Not fluffer. Get your head out of the gutter.
So I do think that we're early into a secular trend. However, for me personally, my bets on average, I bet a lot. I lose 3 to 5 cents of every dollar that I bet. Like that's my average loss, right? So for me, that's a tax that is well worth paying for my entertainment, right? 3 to 5%.
Yep.
Okay, but once I get to $1 million worth of bets, I will have lost $50,000. And eventually I'm gonna be like, this isn't fun anymore, right? Like for now it's fun. Once I lose a number that I look at my account and I'm like, ew, like it wasn't that much fun.
Yeah.
So what happens when we get there en masse? You know what I mean?
I
New
think,
people will come in.
Yeah, I guess that's the answer.
and I think there's going to be a lot of regulatory bumps along the way. There's going to be players doing stupid shit and getting in trouble. The prop bets are out of control. So there's going to be like stuff's going to happen. This stock is going to be one that is going to be rocked by headlines along the way.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. It's not good. And the way they advertise is crazy.
Yeah, it's
Like-
and like I don't know. I have very mixed feelings on this because I don't know if this is like such a straw man, but alcohol like ruins a lot of people's lives, and that's like still very much legal. Is gambling like any better or worse? I don't know.
Ban sugar.
It's the same.
Right. Like, are they going to ban Fritos? So I have mixed feelings. On the one hand, are we going to look? So are we more likely in 20 years to look back and say, remember when gambling was illegal? That was weird. Or remember when gambling was legal and how many lives it ruined? I can't believe they allowed. I think it's the former, right? Yeah.
And they blasted in our faces too. Like I remember as a kid on the highway, there's big Camel billboards advertising cigarettes and stuff. We've really dialed that kind of stuff back. The way that we're allowed to advertise even alcohol in the United States, we've really kind of dialed.
It's
What they're doing,
I think
DraftKings is
maybe
like
the advertising side of it might come down. Maybe
They can do whatever they want, but do not take away my 30% profit boost. Okay.
the other thing is it's sticky money. Like I'll have a great weekend, I'll win a bunch of money, then I'm just betting bigger the next weekend. Like the money's eventually going.
All right, so I got hosed this week. I got absolutely murdered. And I'm thinking of going like multiple unit sizes bigger than I do on next week. Now the odds aren't great. It's minus. Hold on, whoa. These are minus 130. Minus 130. So
what is minus 130?
So I'm about to tell you. So you bet $130 to win 100. Okay. So it's favored, obviously. All right, money line, the Lions. The Bears aren't going to score 20 points, so we feel good about that. Money line, the Lions.
Yeah.
Okay,
right. Sure.
And money line, the Cowboys against the Giants.
Oh God,
the Cowboys defense is swarming. The Cowboys defense is back, and Tommy DeVito takes sacks on like 20% of his dropbacks. It's a historic number. So
it's 130 for the parlay.
Money line the Lions, money line the Giants. It's minus 130. I'm thinking
you're asking for
bad,
trouble.
Mike.
You're gonna two terrible teams up against each other. That's both of them trying to lose. Like it's a flip of a coin, bro.
It's not a point. The Cowboys are home, and the Giants are a dumpster fire.
Hold on, can we talk about Saquon Barkley, 300 total yards and 2 touchdowns?
Please, let's do it. So
how do we feel about that?
Here's my take on Saquon.
Wow.
We saw what happened with Saquon Barkley and the Giants last year, right? We won 4 games, 5 games, whatever it is. I'm fine that we let him go. He's a 28-year-old running back. There's no reason to pay him $30 million. We would have won, 4 games with him this year? However, the fact that we couldn't put a roster around him to capitalize on his talents is a travesty. This organization, my organization, is absolute garbage. And as much as I wanted to see Saquon leave because I didn't believe in paying him, it would have been wasted money. I love that he's jamming it up our you-know-what. And I love, even though I hate the Eagles, I love that he's making John Mara feel like misery because Giants fans are miserable. We've started 0-2 the past 6 years. I can't fucking take it. I hate it. And I love that Saquon's shoving it up our you-know-what.
Because Bezos buying the Jets. How do you feel about that?
No, Woody's not selling.
It's the most Giants thing ever to have our best player of the last decade leave us, go to the Eagles, have there be a big drama around it, and then have his best.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
year ever.
It's chef's kiss. I love it.
Batnick, best steaks in New York City.
Oh,
Ooh.
what best burger?
Okay, so,
I'm
so-
getting there. I'm getting there.
all right.
I know what his answer is for the best burger.
Now, I don't know if you. Oh, okay, so are we talking like the best steak in a blind taste test or the best steakhouse experience?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's a fair
Give us
question.
both.
Fair
Give
point.
us-
Give me one of each.
All right, so here's the thing. Every time I go to a steak, I don't have a fine palate. So I don't know that I've ever had a steakhouse where I'm like, that doesn't taste good. I didn't grow up going to steakhouses. So every time I eat a piece of steak like that, I'm like, this is the best food ever.
Yeah.
So I love going to Keen's.
Okay.
They just got acquired.
By who? Oh, no, I'm
Private
sorry.
equity
I'm
group.
sorry. Tillman Fertitta bought Keen's. You're right. I met Sparks.
I've never been there.
I love Keen's too.
And that's for the experience or the steak?
Shout out Paul Castellano.
Yeah, so Sparks is a historic place. I just love it there. It's very old school. I love Keen's too. I like Bobby Vance. I'm a simple guy. My
Bobby
favorite.
Vance is no more there. It's not. It's gone.
Yes, it is. No, Bobby Vance is right by your building with you and the Helmsley building.
Oh, it's that
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
still there. The one
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Wall Street's gone.
Yeah. My favorite burger in the city is Fort Charles / Au Cheval.
Right. I would have told you
Those
that one.
things look so good. Is that the one that comes with the egg on it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I've seen that. I see it on the
Can I
Instagram
just
all the
tell
time.
you,
It's okay.
at Ritholtz Winery in Egg Harbor, may have been one of the best burgers I've ever had in my entire life. So if you're ever in Ritholtz, don't drink the wine there. It's made in New Jersey. It's
I
terrible.
take your taste buds seriously, so I
Yeah.
believe it.
Okay. So
Hold on,
best
Spencer, do me a favor.
Italian restaurant in New York City.
That's impossible.
I don't know.
They're all good.
Yeah. What's your favorite? I really don't have one.
I don't know. I'd have
I'll
to think
tell
about
you, like, one of my new favorites that I like is Sarciano's.
that. Yeah.
You ever been there?
No.
It's where I think the Chelsea Hotel used to be. It's a good swanky new spot.
Stay there. And pizza. If you're getting a
Yeah,
slice.
pizza.
Okay, so JC, you'll like this answer. My favorite slice in the city.
Come on.
My favorite slice in the city is the pepperoni slice at Prince Street Pizza.
It's the best. The hot honey one? The one with the hot honey? It's amazing. Yeah. That's how
I
fun
don't know
it
that they do the hot honey on that one.
There's one with a hot honey.
Okay, it
Yeah,
is.
the one with hot honey.
It's the best. Every time I eat, I'm like, yep, this is the best pizza.
Yo,
Yeah.
hot honey is so in right now. It's on everything.
I love
Okay,
it.
last one.
Mega trend.
Best bagel in New York City, not Long Island. I'm talking about like in the city.
Okay, I wouldn't know because I only eat bagels on Long Island.
Oh
Ooh.
my
I love that.
God. What a dick.
No, for real. When I go to the city, I don't eat breakfast
That's
in the
something
city.
Josh Brown would say.
No, I'm not trying to be stumpy. I don't eat breakfast in the city. I don't eat breakfast in the city. I don't get there until like 10 o'clock.
I think S is overrated. They're too big.
It's pretty good.
That's just
They're
not
too
overrated.
big.
That's just
Jeez.
underrated.
Oh, I went to some bougie breakfast place that was so shitty. The people sucked. The breakfast sucked. It's one of like these like hype bougie places. It was
Tell
awful.
me how you really feel.
Oh, like one of these brunch
Yeah,
situations.
people were like, "Ew."
Fancy brunch.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Not a brunch guy.
Yeah, you be careful with these brunch places.
Yeah.
So Spencer, do me a favor, kick these Eagles fans out of the chat.
It's a free chat, man. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I
mean,
gotta
free
tell
country.
you. I gotta tell you. I am Philadelphia, underrated city. I've
Oh
been
yeah, we
there
were
a
just
bunch.
there. Did we
I've
have
been there a
fun?
bunch. Yeah, you and I were just there. Yeah, I had a blast. I watched Batnick lose $1,000 playing blackjack in like may taking like 3 minutes.
No. Yeah, I played 6 hands. I said, all right, I'm either gonna double this or I'm gonna lose it all. Let's have some fun. See, so
Yeah.
I when I go to a casino, I'm risk seeking. I know what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and Josh were eating Chinese food.
You and Josh were eating Chinese food. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, Mr.
All
Batnick,
right,
just one
all
last
right.
thing. Anything on your radar that you don't think people are talking about out there?
That people aren't talking about. What, dude? Nothing is overlooked. Nothing is underrated. Everybody knows everything. Are you
think
bullish?
Bonds ripping this morning? Bouncing off. You don't think that's-
I'm buying bonds. I'm taking some money out of cash, and I'm putting in some bonds. Probably a little bit late, but doing it.
long end of the curve.
I'm not that brave.
So you're just gonna get some yield and some short duration bonds.
Yeah. This is like my dry powder money.
Your dry powder money is going into short duration bonds.
No. Not short. I'm sorry. Like 3 to 7.
Shorter.
What? 3 to 7, 7 to 10. IEF, IEI.
Go all the way to the end.
I don't
Come
know.
on. All right. No,
Dude,
it's
if I'm
interesting.
going to gamble, it's going to be in the stock market, okay? Or on
Right.
DraftKings. Or
safe bets on the weekends and the sports.
There we go.
More aggressive.
All right.
All right.
You guys are the best. I love coming
This
on.
was fun.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Adios.
Michael.
Peace out.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen, Mr.
am-
Michael Batnick.
Yeah, I'm actually I've been pretty behind on my podcast lately, so I've been catching up, and his included. So I was listening to an episode of Animal Spirits from like I don't know August, I think, and a lot of their takes hold up. Not all of them, but a lot of them hold up pretty well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a fun exercise to listen to. Markets podcast from a few months back when you know what happens, right? And but you don't know then, obviously. So it was good. What was I gonna say? Shoot, just had something I wanted to add. Was it from the chat? Yeah, someone in the chat mentioned Macy's. There was a thing this morning. I don't know if we have a chart, but they found some accounting irregularities. Self-reported. Macy's found it, not like the SEC or anything. But yeah, I guess an employee at Macy's covered up $154 million in delivery expenses over the course of several years. So that's always fun to find that out. I don't know if we have a chart, but I thought it's Macy's Thanksgiving week. They go hand in hand. But that was ironic. They also are supposed to have earnings, and they're not gonna have them now. But as a former Macy's employee, that
You
place
worked
sucks.
at Macy's?
Yeah, I worked at Macy's for one holiday season.
Were you like a model?
Yep.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Can you throw up slide 2, please, Spencer Israel?
Sure.
So I was talking to one Jeff Mackey last week on Friday. Yeah, Friday. And he's telling me that Victoria's Secret is done. They're never coming back. Like as soon as they started using like heavy women and dudes like to model their women's clothes, like that was it, and there's no coming back from it. So that's the fundamental take. The technical take, I'm seeing new multi-year highs. No? Aren't you impressed here with Victoria's Secret? Do you go shopping there, Spencer?
No. Wait, did you say they use men to model? Is that what you said? I don't know if you're making that up or not.
I think they went too woke. I think they were like off the deep end on the woke side.
No, it's just like they haven't been cool in a long time. Like Victoria's Secret hasn't been cool. It's all about like it's all like Athleta now, It's all athleisure. It's not like lingerie.
If you say so. Hold on. Can we just do a quick little market update here? Market just opened and they're off, and the Dow is up 400 points. You got the NASDAQ 100 futures still up 2/3%. S&P 500 futures, all new all-time highs across the board. 30-year bond futures up 1.4%. That is some move with crude oil taking it in the chin accordingly. That is some move. Gold down 2.5%. Silver down almost 3%. So the intermarket landscape really driving things this morning.
So I just heard, Spencer, you read out this headline, but kind of went right by it. This employee stole over $150 million from the company?
No. They didn't steal. They hid the expenses. I don't think they stole it. I think they just didn't. They were in the accounting department. And
either way, so it's expenses that weren't on the books? I mean, that's a disaster.
Yes.
How big is Macy's at this point?
Not big.
They don't seem to be too effective. We'll have to read into this more. And then this Scott Besson, this is really the news here today more than anything. Right?
Who is that?
Should we talk about that? This is like a former Obama guy, right? But he's a private equity person. What was he? He was running some sort of credit fund, I think. He's going to be the new Treasury Secretary. Market seems to like it. I think that's great. The banks like it. I like it.
If banks like it, I like it. That's a kind of like that's a pretty good way to look at things, Strazza. I like that.
The banks are into it. The past couple of days probably has a lot to do with pricing in the new Treasury Secretary, and the banks are breaking out of this little coil that formed since the election gap up. There's not a better looking group of stocks. The way that the banks corrected when a lot of things gave back their election gains, it's just so constructive. Now you're seeing, this price action to me is saying we're kicking off the next leg up now. No, that's great. Shout out Bitcoin miners.
Yeah. Look at these things. So you got Mara. Mara's up 1%. New highs today.
Dude, Mara. What an interesting situation there, JC. Did you hear what they announced last week?
Yeah.
That they're basically doing the micro strategy.
There's another company doing that too. There's another small company doing. There's like
They're all gonna do it. It's the playbook now. Right? I don't, so it's a little scary that's the world we're walking into. It's hard to think that this kind of leverage doesn't play some sort of role in terms of the next bear market that happens, right? I imagine a lot of these companies we start talking about during the next bear market for Bitcoin. And we'll find out how good of an idea this really was then. So, but for now, they killed Mara when they announced the news. It was like down 10, 15% that day. And they absolutely reversed it. They came in the next day, started buying it, and they've been buying it up. And it's been.
I'm surprised it's taken this long for someone else to kind of copy them, you know?
I mean, it's aggressive, Spencer. I don't think it's a great.
You know, I'm hearing like kind of like theories about the Hunt brothers in the early 80s, how they cornered that silver market and then they all got destroyed.
Yeah.
I know what happened, but I don't know enough about what happened where I can say this is like that. But those Hunt brothers stories are popping up now with this Bitcoin situation.
That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate that is. I find it interesting, and I'm going to do some more work there.
How much does MicroStrategy own?
Not much.
Isn't it very material? Aren't they one of the largest holders of Bitcoin?
No, they're irrelevant. No, they're pretty irrelevant.
No, the largest holders is like BlackRock now.
So if they liquidated, it wouldn't cause market volatility?
It would.
Right.
It would, but it's not like it's not like they own it all. They've got, last I checked, MicroStrategy. Hold on. MicroStrategy owns 1.2% of all the Bitcoin.
It's not nothing. So yeah, I think so. Here's the thing. If this
Satoshi, hold on. Coinbase got it.
Satoshi is the largest. Yep.
Coinbase has 11%. Satoshi's got 4.5%. Binance has 3%. BlackRock has 1.7%.
Coinbase, just an absolute monster. So if this was traditional finance, we would be labeling MicroStrategy as a systemically important financial institution.
If this was what?
Oh, are they too big to fail?
They're systemically important. And that's a great question.
They have 1%?
What a fun thought exercise that will be. Are they too big to fail? Imagine a world where crypto companies get too big to fail.
The irony of that is quite rich.
Satoshi, 1.1 million Bitcoin. Binance, 500,000 Bitcoin. BlackRock, a third, 300,000 Bitcoin. Coinbase, 300,000 Bitcoin.
Robinhood out here today, up 7%. Let's go, baby.
And Robinhood is still crypto play still.
Yeah. Yep. Big time. All right. Big time.
There is a disaster biotech today, but I want to talk about it with Sam because Sam is here.
Bring him out.
Can we bring him out? Bring him out.
I love a good disaster biotech situation.
Oh, it's a rough one. Sam, you ready? You're coming
up almost 500 points right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Yo, happy Monday, guys.
What's up?
Happy Monday, Sam.
This cassava is really something, Spencer.
Yeah. So it's not every day you see a company that was worth $1.5 billion down like 85%, which is what happened this morning.
Totally. And you had the pharma bro blowing up the Twitter, roasting all these Sava shareholders. He nailed the call.
Explain what a pharma bro is. And
there's only one pharma. There is one. He's a singular person.
Bro.
Some people don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was a very successful biotech investor in a previous life. He got in trouble for it, spent some time in jail. He's back out and just doing YouTube live streams talking about biotechs. And he was saying that this readout for Sava was going to be a total disaster. It had a price target of $3 to $4. And as soon as the readout came online, it just immediately traded down to $4. Which is approximately what the company is worth on its balance sheet. So this drug is as good as a zero. It was supposed to be some type of Alzheimer's drug, but just everything about it was bad.
Strazza is saying that this was a big promoted company. So one of those companies that takes investor money and rather than investing in research and development, they invest in telling people stories, kind of like a lot of gold miners do that.
Totally. Yeah. There was some shenanigans, I want to say a couple quarters ago with the stock. It fell 50% overnight or something like that.
Well, the drug has been like questioned. So this was phase 3. Phase 1 and phase 2 were like very hotly debated.
Yes, yeah. They don't really use the most rigorous statistical methods, it sounds like.
Do we have
Anyway,
the chart?
bottom line is,
Throw the chart up.
if you fail phase 3, Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. If you fail phase 3, it's game over. You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this
And
drug
this
is
was
done.
all they had in their pipeline too. So
Oh, one trick
they're going to
pony.
be winding down this company.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I brought along a couple biotechs that don't suck. If you guys want to talk about those.
Can you throw up the one that does suck? Do we have it?
I don't know if we have it. Maybe.
All right. Why don't we throw up the ones that that don't suck?
It looks like the opposite of what I'm showing you.
Let's see it.
It's a big frowny face.
Sure.
If we can throw up the Vera, that'd be great. So Vera, this company has some immunology drugs going on in its pipeline, and the chart could not look better. You have a textbook consolidation above a shelf of former highs, and the relative trend looks the same as the absolute trend, as this one has been a leader in the space. If it can get above $49, I think this one is gonna begin a fresh leg higher towards 80 or 90. This one has a lot of upside. And
Look at that. Look
one
at
thing
that.
I've noticed in the biotechs is that these companies, like this one's 3 billion, for example. The ones at the top of my leaderboard right now are not the biotechs that are like 100 million with some very speculative science project. This is a company that has proven itself to be a reliable biotech company.
Sam, is there a rhyme or reason to the biotechs that are holding up well? That you, besides the fact that they're in this one general market cap range, or?
I think that's exactly it. It's just Strazza has been talking about it's the time to buy the worst stocks, and you've kind of seen that rotation down the cap scale in biotech. Like it started out as Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk leading the way, and now those are starting to stall a bit, and you have rotation into these several billion-dollar biotechs, and then maybe the next rotation is down to those $100 million market caps that are far more speculative. But I think that's just a good gauge of risk appetite at the moment.
And what about the Centessa? Look at that base, the British one.
Yeah, this one also a beast, about to make new all-time highs on a relative basis. It's also consolidating at the 61.8 retracement of this prior drawdown. They're also working on some immunology drugs. They have several other things as well. This one's kind of cool. It's kind of like, what do you call that? In Silicon Valley, they like incubate startups. So like this one is kind of a conglomerate of several different biotech startups. So they just kind of diversified the risk of those individual projects, which I think is a cool concept. And I think that should be done more in biotech.
There's no industry group with greater dispersion amongst returns of the components like biotechnology. It's always been that way. It'll always be that way, right? So that's why these indexes are tough. I mean, it's good. We use it to get a good idea of kind of like the market in general, but you just got to pick the best ones, right, Sam?
Totally. Yeah. I think it's really cool what you just said, how it's so bifurcated constantly. Like you have, I think the ETFs are going to be up several percent today. Like you had Trump pick his all of his healthcare cabinet members over the weekend. You have like CMS covered. You have like all of those, CDC, FDA. He did all of those. So I expect biotechs to rally, but then at the same time, you have cassava down like 90% or something. And I'm sure there's more stocks like that had some bad data over the weekend that can just they can be a complete disaster while the rest of the industry is working.
We should mention biotech having a good day.
Yeah,
IBD's up 2%.
Yep.
Right.
I think that's important to mention. Is
that not an extension of what's happening in small caps?
But I think
is it that simple, Sam?
It is, yeah, but you've
Regionals and
seen
small
like
cap.
regional banks rally while biotechs were taking it on the chin.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of a divergence there over a very short time frame. But I think the market was really wanting to know who Trump would pick for these healthcare positions, and
Oh, you
they
think
seem
so?
to be very, very happy. So
What a base, man. I mean, listen, there are some huge winners. You want to drop that report?
Oh, yeah.
That report from the Baker Bros was fantastic. Madrigal, hell of a week last week.
So how long have you
every
heard
single
about
day last
MASH drugs, JC?
The what?
Like NASH drugs? They started calling it MASH now. But hasn't that been a
No,
thing in biotech?
I'm really dumb. You're gonna have to talk to me like a
So
3-year-old. What are
NASH
you
is an acronym, and there's been like hundreds of NASH companies. It's
an acronym for what?
a drug, a biotech. It's non-alcoholic stereohepatitis or something. But it's like fatty liver disease,
Got
and
it.
it's a huge problem. Like if you're obese, you're gonna have fatty liver disease, and it's a bad deal. So it's a huge market, and a lot of companies have tried to develop drugs for it, and none of them have had success except for Madrigal. And the Baker Bros picked this one.
Throw up the Madrigal. Do we have it? Spencer just dropped the link in the chat. Go ahead and click on that. Download the report. It's a free report. Fantastic. These are Baker Bros are the best in the business by a long shot. Couldn't even tell you who number 2 is as far as hedge funds investing in biotechnology. These are the guys.
They're kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL.
They're like the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL. Okay. I see what you did there. So not the New York Jets.
No. Cassava's the Jets.
See, Sam, that's why I love you, buddy. That's why I love you. Coming in.
Can we talk
hot
about
this
these
morning.
beat report charts? I want to share these with the people.
Yeah, let's see it. You're stealing Strazza's thunder. Is he going to be okay with this?
I think
Whoa! Look who's back. Somebody say beat report.
It's Strazza excited. So Intuit. This everybody knows Intuit. You have Intuit TurboTax, QuickBooks, a whole suite of products. But it's been a disaster for 3 consecutive quarters. The market has not rewarded this stock for smashing earnings. They beat top and bottom line this quarter and couldn't even rally.
Is this 3 straight beat drops?
It's 3 straight, Strazza.
Wow.
Like, I think this just speaks to the range bound price action. Like, if this one can get back to that upper bound, I would like to short it.
Wow. All right. So explain what we're doing here with this color scheme. So
Loving this.
The red or green is not based on whether or not they beat the street's numbers or not, correct? So explain the color scheme here and why we did it this way.
Right. So if it's green, you rallied after reporting earnings. If it's red, you fell after reporting earnings. And we make different colors of red and green. So if it's super dark red, like these last 3 have been for Intuit, that means they have beat top and bottom line and not been rewarded for it.
And we're looking for the darker shaded colors here.
Yeah, like that's a great signal for a short, is if you're beating expectations and not being rewarded for it. And conversely, if you're missing expectations but being rewarded for it, then there's probably something bigger going on there.
So it speaks to these really off-sided situations that we have in terms of the sentiment, the market sentiment around earnings. In other words, a company like Intuit has done so well for so long. The growth story here is truly tremendous. The valuation is probably a little bit wild now, and they're coming out and they're beating top, beating bottom, but it's not enough. The market's saying not enough, right? So that's what dark red is. Beat, and still drop. That means so much more to us if you miss and drop. Right, you miss drop, okay, that makes sense, right? And then the other one that we're really, really looking for is the miss rip, right? Double miss, and we see it all the time. Sometimes they're even lowering guidance, thrown in the kitchen sink, and the stock pops. We are really looking for those. That's the dark green, and you see some of the dark greens back in 2021, early 21, when this thing was launching higher. So really good stuff here. I'm interested in what's going on with Zoom. Michael Batnick was on the show earlier today, asking about the Zoom earnings. Looks like so far a positive reaction, but that's really what we're seeing with these spec growth stocks. I wouldn't fully throw into the speculative growth basket, but I would throw them into high valuation tech. Right?
It's up there. Like they're growing a lot of their segments at double digits. So like it just naturally is going to lend itself to a high PE.
But not so speculative. They're actually like a viable business. They make some good money and all that jazz, right? It's more of a valuation situation. But Zoom up 6% here, and they knocked the.
Well, Zoom is tonight, Steve.
Oh, Batnick just put in the chat. He thought it was right now. So they're running the gains here. You sure?
Zoom is tonight. Yes.
Wow, dude. So look at this price action ahead of the Zoom report. You know, Sam, we got to think of how to treat these that pull the gains forward, right? Say Zoom sells off and is down 5% tomorrow. I don't know, man. Is that really a market miss? Like, in other words, what I'm talking about is Zoom is up just over the past 4 days. Here,
the market's Strazza. The market is also ripping. The Dow's up 500 fucking points. So what you're saying is the speculative tech. If the Dow was down 500 points and the market's getting killed, Zoom's not front running these returns.
I know, but the fact that it is, say it's down 5% on earnings, I think we still have to treat situations like that as a beat. So that's kind of the biggest.
Why would you do that? Like the market was
you're saying
wrong. They were expecting a beat and they were wrong, and the stock dropped because.
Hold on, you're talking about like a front running adjusted number.
Yeah, we need some sort of blended return that probably takes a couple days before and a couple days after.
You probably want to look at the prior week, honestly.
We could overthink this forever and go so far overthinking it. It's never going to be perfect. But what we're really trying to do here is analyze earnings, but within the context more so of the market reaction to those earnings is what we're really trying to nail down here. And we've made some great trades just in different products just over the past couple of months, finding some of these post-earnings moves. We did it with the Rocket Mortgage. We did it with the Square. We did it with GE. We come in right after earnings. We see like an offsides reaction that we think gets reversed. And those have been some great short-term trades for us.
I think the context of where they report is very important as well. If we could throw up this CPRT chart, I think this is just a perfect example of what I'm saying.
Look at this baby.
It's hard to see on this, but this is a gap and go. Right before this report, the stock was at a shelf of former highs, and then it gapped above and closed near the high of the day. So I'm expecting more buyers to come into this one and more follow through to the upside.
This is great. Yeah, and you can see when this one topped and rolled over back in late 21, early 22, the market reactions to these earnings reports were kind of saying, hey, look over here, pay attention to this. We keep beating, but they're not rewarding us 3 straight quarters. That was it. New downtrend.
I like how like you did with the Christmas colors here. It looks like my house. My wife's a little out of control with the Christmas decorations.
Everybody likes Christmas, so I think this is a relatable color palette here.
I used to have a hard rule that no Christmas decorations until after Thanksgiving, and they just kind of ignored me and started putting. I've had Christmas lights up for a month, bro.
It's not up to you. What makes you think you get to decide how your house is decorated?
It was until this year, believe it or not. And then my whole family said, "We're not listening to Daddy anymore."
You do Christmas lights at your house? Can't be doing that.
I don't do Christmas lights. I have a group of Dominicans that comes in there, climbs up on the wall, and they handle it. These guys are animals.
I climb this
tree. This out in half an hour. It'd take me a week.
I'm not climbing this tree again this year. It's too dangerous.
No way, dude. Are you crazy? Me on a ladder? No. Can we do a little recess? Because we got work to do. We got a day.
Sure.
Do it. All right.
While
so hold on. First thing. Before we forget, Spencer, if you could drop the in the chat, the breakout multiplier strategy is on fire. Everyone's talking about it. People keep asking, wondering why is it working so well? What the hell's going on over there? Doubles, triples, 10xers, like literally just like all the time. We're going to talk about it tomorrow at 4:00. I'm going to be picking the brain of one Steven Strazza, the mastermind behind the breakout multiplier strategy. We're going to talk about it tomorrow at 4:00. Free video. Come join us. We'll give Strazza his flowers. This has been an absolute monster. So I can't even say anything bad.
The link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top.
And I find it very easy to pick on Steve Strazza, and I cannot find anything here. Nailing it.
A couple
You
of
know,
months.
it's money making time. Get while the getting's good. What do you say, Strazza?
Yeah, and it's just remember these times because we'll go through periods where it's not going to be a 70% win rate like it is right now, but that's just a part of it. So make hay while the sun is shining.
You see how he hedges? You see that?
That's
Spencer?
just true. I mean, that's just how it works.
See how he hedges?
But it's been great, and we've been having fun. And thank you for all the flowers. There's no more space for flowers. You're all very kind.
No more flowers. No more flowers. Can you throw up? I got a real question. Real life. Slide 6. This is real life.
And I got something to say here.
Is this me? Spencer, throw it up there. Is this me being a good father, or is this too much?
Oh,
Whoa.
that's fantastic, man. Where did you find these?
Amazon. Where else would I find these?
Wow, that's great. Very
So this is a sacred geometry coloring book, which is so sick. I found myself doing some coloring this weekend myself.
That's so cool.
And then the Wild Fibonacci Nature's Secret Code Revealed. It's a little advanced for a 4-year-old, but there's a bunch of animals on every page, and like they go in Fibonacci, right?
Yeah.
So like there's like 8 tigers and like 13 flamingos or whatever,
No, I get it. That's
So the actual the text of the Wild Fibonacci book is advanced, even for adults. Not this adult because this is what we do, but for most adults, they'll be like, wait, what? But there's a lot of pictures of animals, and that's good. And the Sacred Geometry Coloring Book, dude. So you don't think I'm crazy? You think this is okay? This is good father status?
fantastic father stuff right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good work.
Cool.
All right.
Great.
JC, I got some mail last week you might find interesting. I got a letter on like Wednesday or Thursday from The Economist right here. Dear Spencer, it's been a while since your subscription ended.
I thought they were going to yell at us.
I have no
I thought
recollection.
they were gonna be like, stop talking shit.
I have never, to
Six.
my knowledge, had a subscription to The Economist. In today's fast-shifting global landscape, a lot can pass you by when you're not reading The Economist. So they want me back. They sent me a free edition, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I have no memory of ever subscribing to The Economist at all. Maybe like I read an article once and I had to pay for that. I don't know. I don't even know how they got my address, honestly. But they sent me this last week. Should I read it?
Get rid of these Eagles fans. Spencer, did you check or did you ask them if there's an option for just the cover? Like, could they just send you the cover? Do they do that?
Yeah, that's all we're interested in. Pictures of the cover.
Yeah, they should kind of just spin off the cover. Just send us that.
Okay.
If I could just get a text message with the cover as soon as it's ready every Thursday, I would pay $5 for that.
Well, our Saturday morning Chartoons has it.
I know. But
And I gotta say,
dude, I
as
can't
much as
read
we
this.
pick
It's
on The
every week.
Economist,
I can't read a weekly magazine. That's way too much.
Yeah. Reading magazines in general is a criminal. The Economist magazine, we pick on it the most because you have more examples. But the truth is that the New Yorker, by the time it makes it on the New Yorker, you get less frequent signals. But if you're seeing it in the New Yorker, that's the greatest contrarian indicator of all time.
The New Yorker writes about markets? Since when?
No, that's the point.
Exactly right.
That's exactly right. When they don't. So when they do,
hey now.
Oh.
and we were making fun of Barry Ritholtz earlier today. This is a Ritholtz-ism. So Barry Ritholtz back in our good graces. Love you, Barry.
Shut up, Barry. We love Barry.
He was never out of them. All right.
JC's been harassing Michael about polarity since, I don't know, as long as I can remember.
Since I met him.
It's so good.
Well,
That's fun. Guys, update. Just added to the GME and AMC. Let's go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Chief YOLO officer doing a little YOLOing.
Sam, what do you got?
Kansas Jayhawks, 3 straight wins against ranked opponents, and we're still below 500.
All right. If you don't like that, you don't like Kansas football.
That's right.
That's right.
Eagles stink. All right, let's go.
We're out of here. We got Chart Request Live at 1:00 today. We got Gold Rush for those members. We got The Buzz, the members of Chart Report Private Access. And don't forget, tomorrow, 4:00, again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. We'll be going through these breakout multiplier trades, how Steve finds them, and how you can find them too. So be there tomorrow. Smash the like. Thanks to our guest, Michael Batnick. Thanks, Sam, for hanging out. Follow us on all the socials. We'd appreciate that. Thanks, chat. We'll see you guys tomorrow, all right?
Adios.
Peace.
I can't take no loss.